WBRC Fox 6 News. First Alert Weather Extra starts now.
And we continue our weather coverage right here with First Alert Weather Extra on our streaming channels on Apple TV, Roku, our Amazon Fire TV app, and also on the First Alert Weather app. And you probably check the weather app quite often today. We had a lot of rain out there, even have some storms impacting parts of the area. Here's what's coming up on the show. Our First Alert Weather Extra today featuring the possibility of some winter weather this weekend. And we're going to get into some winter weather forecasting and talking about some wildfires that have been happening along the Gulf Coast, and kind of interesting what's happening there with some of those and what's causing some of those fires to really get out of control. We'll show you that. Of course, a lot of rain impacting most of the state today, and there's actually been a risk for severe weather across the southern part of Alabama. Here's what we're tracking. We could see over an inch of rain in many areas by tomorrow morning. We've already had our weather watcher Travis Braden in Columbiana reporting over an inch of rain. A bit drier for tomorrow afternoon and Thursday, and then again watching late week, Friday night and Saturday for a chance of possibly some winter weather. Look at this. We got low 40s, rain falling, and rumbles of thunder for parts of the area. Very cold, rainy night out there. Good night to be indoors watching First Alert Weather Extra. And those temperatures won't change much overnight. We'll be in the 40s as we start the day tomorrow morning. You can see lighter showers in areas to the east, but we got some low clouds. So if you're in the higher elevations, it's very foggy where you are. And the light rain, the mist, well, you can see right here, this is the view from Red Mountain in Birmingham, 48 degrees. And as we look at the situation here for the overnight and into tomorrow, it looks like this off and on rain, foggy kind of weather setup is going to be with us here at least through the first part of the day tomorrow. Here's a live look at radar, First Alert AccuTrack. We're zoomed in really close to parts of Jefferson, St. Clair counties. There's Locust Fork, and this is Blount County to the north. Got a couple of showers in here tracking to the north and east. If you're tracking this with us, that's a general motion. You look at this and you say, well, there's some breaks out there, but the rain, it's just continually developing here based on the way things are kind of set up across Alabama. We're seeing some heavier rain, maybe a rumble of thunder in here from around northern Tuscaloosa County back up towards Dora and Bagley. It really hasn't let up over the past hour, and this will be tracking over towards places like Good Hope and Warrior along Interstate 65. There's the next 60 minutes, and you can see some of those heavier pockets of rain there tracking to the north and east. There's Sneed, Aniana, and we're still covered up here. Places like Hamilton, Hackleburg, back to Gewin and Fayette. A lot of rain's been happening there in those northern areas around Winston County, places back towards Haleyville and Double Springs. But that forecast for this evening, you can see here we're going to cool off or actually stay in the 40s there through tonight, and we've got that chance for a storm and rain most likely through at least 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, and after that we'll catch some breaks. There's 8 o'clock in the morning. Notice how the rain chance, it drops off to around 20% there by tomorrow afternoon, but certainly looks like tomorrow later in the day by 2 o'clock, showing 60 degrees there. Winds out of the northeast. Looks like we'll catch some improvements late in the day and into Thursday, but then we've got that system. Looks like it's going to move in here on Friday and could produce some frozen precipitation, it looks like, into Friday night. I want to bring up some of our weather headlines here, and you'll see we'll get those to pop up for you. You can see periods of rain through tonight. That Friday night setup, rain possibly changing to snow late Friday night, and after that we've got some cold air coming in. We're going to have highs close to 70 on Friday and wind chills by midnight Friday night in the 20s. Very dynamic system moving our way this weekend. A lot of plants already in bloom. So this is going to be the kind of freeze that could kill a lot of sensitive vegetation. The growing season's kind of got an early start here. So if you have any sensitive plants out there, you want to make sure that they're protected. This is quite the system. I want to bring Lauren in right now. Lauren, we've been watching closely Friday night. We started to see some of this yesterday. Jill was mentioning in Beyond the 7-Day last week that we could see that possibility of maybe some frozen precipitation. But now we have a lot of data on board with this, and it's something we need to watch.
Yeah, Wes, and I think that's the thing. The data has been very consistent in showing that possibility of snow. Because a lot of times in the deep south, we do not want to get your hopes up. Or if you don't like snow, we don't want to freak you out either. So the thing is with snow, it is very difficult to forecast. Any meteorologist will tell you the hardest type of weather to forecast, not tropical weather, not severe weather, but winter weather forecasting. And so we have highlighted this area across north and central Alabama where there's going to be a brief window from a changeover from rain to snow. It's all about if that colder air can get here in time when there's still some lingering moisture. A lot of time what happens is that moisture exits before the colder air gets here, so you don't have that time for the rain to fall through that colder layer of air and change to snow, or just come from snow straight out of the cloud because you've got that dense layer of cold air in place. But I think areas to the south and east would more likely see rain, but here in north and central Alabama, it's not out of the question that we could see some snow going into early Saturday morning. But why is snow so difficult to forecast? Well, if you think about it, it doesn't happen around here a lot. You may say, well, we already got our snow event this year. We've had a few brushes with it, certainly at the start of the year when we had that very dynamic system where we had tornadoes one day, temperatures in the 80s, and then here comes that strong cold front and snow, bursts of snow came through that night. But on average here in the Birmingham area, we only get 1 to 2 inches at best. And when you think about weather in terms of latitude and just looking at when we forecast for our area in central Alabama, weather varies over 160 miles from the west to the east, and weather also varies 130 miles to the north and the south. Even when we're making our forecast day to day, no snow involved, we're having to factor in, okay, if you're in our northeast counties getting up to those higher elevations, you're going to be running a little cooler. If you're in West Alabama, typically you're going to be running a little warmer, and West Alabama is normally going to get in on the start of any storms that develop. So how do we make those snow forecasts? Well, you hear us mention our weather models a lot. 5 to 10 days out, we are looking for pattern recognition. We're going to see, okay, as we come in each day, it's been hinting at this time going into Friday night into Saturday morning that maybe there could be some snow. So 5 to 10 days out, we can't pinpoint anything with certainty, but we are looking for those trends. And models are run, the American model that we use is run 4 times a day. The European model, another long range model, 2 times a day. So each time it's taking in different weather data and adjusting the potential forecast to that and spitting out different possibilities. So we're going to be watching that. But now we are getting in that window with when we're 2 to 5 days out. So we feel a little bit more confident because we've been seeing these trends being very consistent over this time period that, yeah, it's not out of the question we could get snow, but the question is, okay, would it be snow or rain, sleet, freezing rain? It does look like the possibility now would favor that cold air would be here in time, that as that precipitation comes out of the cloud, it could fall as snow or rain eventually transitioning to snow. And then 48 hours or less out, that's when we're going to be trying to figure out, okay, could we see any accumulations? Right now, that doesn't look like a possibility because it's going to be warm enough. We'll be in the 70s by Friday, so probably not going to see that accumulating snow with the ground and the roads so warm, but it's definitely something to think about. You've got to figure out, okay, could we see a dusting? And if we did see a dusting, where would that be? So there's a lot that goes into winter weather forecasting, and because winter weather systems are so dynamic and you're having to look at what is the temperature and the moisture content from the surface of the earth all the way up to where the cloud is, there are a lot of changes, especially when you have those winter weather systems. You get colder, warmer air in the mix, and you have to figure out where those layers are and what's going to fall out of the cloud, what's it's going to be at the surface. So definitely complicated forecast, but Wes, I know we got it covered here at First Alert Weather Extra. I will say, when I moved here, I was not expecting to have this much snow forecasting in the first few months. So
you know, you brought this. Okay, I blame you. You know, we had that change, Lauren, back in early January where we had very warm weather, and it was just incredible how quickly, you know what we're talking about. It was a windy night there after the New Year day, and we ended up with temperatures falling and a lot of snow around the area. Now, I will say, having winter weather in March, this is not unusual for us, and I want to go ahead and squash the rumors right now. This will not be like the blizzard of '93, but I promise you later in this week you're going to hear more about that storm because we're coming up on that 1993 blizzard superstorm in '93. It's been called many things. That anniversary is right around the corner, but this will not be like that particular system. But we could see some winter weather, and we'll talk more about it later in the show. Also, wildfires and hurricanes. We'll show you what those two have in common, and we'll check in with Beyond the 7-Day to see what's out there even beyond this weekend with meteorologist Jill Gilardi. Stay with us. The Next Big Thing gives you a heads up days ahead of the next big storm system. The Next 24 gives you the most accurate and updated look at tomorrow. And the Next 60 gives you a 60-minute advantage against Mother Nature. Knowing what's next, days, hours, or minutes away, this is why we First Alert.
When we declare First Alert Weather Day, it's all hands on deck. We're on your side and in your hand with the First Alert Weather app. While Wes and the rest of the team track changes moment to moment, the app keeps you prepared and safe with video and alerts for your neighborhood. And if the power goes out, no worries, you can stream us anywhere. It's easy and it's always on. Stay ahead of Alabama weather. Just scan and tap and have the First Alert Weather app. This is why we First Alert.
On Good Day Alabama, we treat severe weather with the highest priority. It's more than just meteorologists. Everyone plays a part. Having more reporters in more places takes you beyond the First Alert, showing you the impact that we see on radar. We're live in your neighborhood when you need us. On air, online, and on the app. That's the advantage of having the most reporters on your side. That's the advantage of Good Day Alabama.
Our lives revolve around planning for what's next, like the next ball game.
One hot dog with ketchup? It's the same with weather. That's why we're on your side with the next big thing, the next 60 and the next 24. Knowing what's next, days, hours, or minutes away.
This is why we First Alert. Who puts ketchup on a hot dog?
Getting live breaking news and local updates has never been easier. That's because we're on your side with the WBRC streaming app. Need updates between newscasts? You can catch up quick here. And when we're live on TV, we're live here too. Just search WBRC on your Roku, Amazon Fire, or Apple TV. WBRC Fox 6 News is on your side.
Well, wildfires have been happening along the Florida Gulf Coast there and along the Panhandle. And reporter Alex Joyce.
Wildfires rage on in Bay County.
This is the least optimal place to be in for a fire.
Firefighters are up against about 2.8 million acres of downed debris from Hurricane Michael. That's according to the Florida Commissioner of Agriculture, Nikki Freed.
Where Brig Bertha was literally right through the eye of Hurricane Michael. So that is really where most of the damage really came through.
Combine that with thick underbrush and dry weather, it has become a big problem.
When you got down timber and very thick shrubs with weather conditions not helping at this moment, which is why it is so important for the people in this community to remember, please do not burn in your backyard.
Local and state leaders have issued burn bans in our area.
We take our burn permitting program very seriously. We always base our bans or giving out a permit based on the weather conditions.
Bay County emergency officials say anyone who violates the burn ban could face criminal charges and fines. In Bay County, Alex Joyce, News Channel 7.
All right, we've been dealing with a lot of rain here across our area, and again, it looks like more of this rain will be around for tomorrow morning. Then we'll catch a little bit of a break. Let's talk about other impacts happening around the nation with First Alert meteorologist Matt Daniel.
We are looking ahead into tomorrow, and if you have any travel issues, we're looking at some problems, especially in parts of the Rockies and up and towards the north and east, where you start seeing those red and purple colors. That's where we could see some moderate to major travel issues. Out towards the west, could be dealing with some snow and maybe some snow as well in parts of the northeast and even some heavy rain in parts of the southeast. So you might want to contact your airlines and just make sure there aren't any delays or cancellations. Here's what we're looking at. We got some really cold air moving in from Canada. A little disturbance bringing in that northerly flow. So for parts of the northern plains into the Rockies, we're looking at temperatures well below average, almost 20 to 30 degrees below average going into tomorrow. And this cold air is going to continue to spill eastward into parts of the southeast as we go into the end of the week. Here's the setup up to the west. I've seen some snow in parts of Salt Lake City, maybe some morning snow early as the system from Canada swings towards the south and east. So they could see a little bit of unsettled weather there. And then as we go into the eastern half of the country, we're watching a little disturbance in parts of Illinois that's going to be making its way through the north and east. And you can see some heavy snow possible for parts of New York, maybe even into the Boston area. And to the south where it's a little bit warmer, seeing some heavy amounts of rainfall in parts of the mid-Atlantic and into the Carolinas, into Georgia. So pretty active weather across the country. Here's a look at the future radar for tomorrow. We got the cold air making its way towards the south, producing some snow, perhaps in parts of Nebraska and Kansas, as well into Colorado. Some snow, especially in around the Denver area. But to the south, a little bit dry and a little bit warmer, and you can see some pretty heavy rainfall setting up, especially for parts of South Georgia and into the Carolinas. And there's that snow I was telling you about for parts of the Northeast. Here's a look at the temperatures for tomorrow, and you can see where that cold air is continuing to spill in, especially across the northern plains. Highs tomorrow in the teens in parts of North Dakota, in the 20s and around Denver. A little bit mild and warmer as you go into Texas, with highs in the 60s and 50s in Memphis, and chilly, of course, across the Northeast, with highs in the 30s into the 40s. That's a look at the forecast across the nation for tomorrow. We'll have more updates to come right here on First Alert Weather Extra.
What a turnaround yesterday. We had some areas a high near 81 degrees. Tuscaloosa today at 53, Birmingham low 50s, as well as Anniston. And the temperatures right now in the 40s in many areas will probably stay that way through the overnight and into tomorrow as we look at some of the almanac data. A lot of changes, though, still ahead in that weather forecast, and we're going to get into it coming up right here. We're going to talk about the 7-day forecast and go beyond the 7-day as we continue on First Alert Weather Extra.
Every morning on Good Day Alabama, we know the news that matters the most to you is the news that hits closest to home.
And we know that to tell the best story means going to where the story is. That's why having more reporters in more places is so essential.
Giving you more local stories that impact your family, your school, and your safety.
On air, online, and on the app.
That's the advantage of having the most reporters on your side. That's the advantage of Good Day Alabama.
I hear from people all the time with questions about healthcare, their insurance, and the safety of certain treatments. I'm Morgan Hightower, and I investigate these stories because if I were being taken advantage of, or if my family couldn't get the help they needed, I would want to know how to take action. That's why WBRC Fox 6 News investigates. We're on your side, getting answers, keeping you informed and safe. Contact us when you need a team on your side.
Get pinpoint locations down to your street level on the First Alert Weather app. You can download by searching WBRC in your app store. That's accuracy you can plan on.
I hear from people all the time having problems with their landlord or worry about being ripped off by a bad business. I'm Josh Gann, and I investigate stories like these because if I had questions about protecting my finances or how to save more money, I would want the best advice available. That's why WBRC Fox 6 News investigates. We're on your side getting answers, keeping you informed and safe. Contact us when you need a team on your side.
Get First Alert weather and breaking news. Follow us on Twitter. Search at WBRC News.
Get First Alert weather and breaking news. Follow us on Facebook. Search at WBRC News.
Well, a rainy Tuesday night around Alabama. There's the view from Brookwood Baptist Medical Center's Highway 31. That's Homewood area going back into Vestavia Hills. And you can see there around Shades Mountain, you can see how those low clouds there making for some low visibility is once you get into some of those higher elevations. That's going to be the story out there tonight. But cloudy, overcast, foggy in some spots, rainy at times, and you may hear some rumbles of thunder. What's going on is the cold air moved in yesterday. Well, now the milder air is starting to return, and we've got a warm front that's trying to push in from the south, so that moisture, it lifts in and it overruns the colder air. So what you end up having is a little bit of instability that's at higher elevations, and that's why you get storms and cold weather like this, but you don't necessarily have severe storms, and that's going to be the story tonight. You may wake up, hear a loud rumble later on tonight, but no severe weather expected, but a lot of rain that's happening out there tonight. As we go through the next 24 hours, temperatures won't change much tonight. The model, some of the data here has us even too warm at the moment. We'll wake up in the 40s out there. There will be some rain around early in the day. You can see there's 4 a.m., especially in the areas to the east. Check in with Matt, Mickey, Toy in the morning. Some wet roads. factor in some extra drive time. We were tracking quite a few accidents out there this evening around the Birmingham area. 8 o'clock for Wednesday morning showing 40s, a lot of clouds, still kind of dreary. And it's going to stay that way through mid-morning. Cold, overcast, but with time, we may catch a few breaks there in the afternoon. It looks like a nice warm-up to near 60 perhaps tomorrow, and some breaks in the clouds in the afternoon possible tomorrow. And even Thursday, the weather to the far southeast stays kind of unsettled, so it may remain quite cloudy at Rockford, Talladega County, Ashland, places like that tomorrow night and into Thursday. But most of Thursday for the area, other than a stray shower or two to the south, looks like a decent day. In fact, we'll top out close to 70 degrees there Thursday. So circle Thursday, and even most of Friday looks pretty good. It looks like during the day Friday, we'll have highs near 70, but this system with rain and possible snowy weather, that's going to move in late Friday night and into the day on Saturday. We're talking primarily about 10 o'clock Friday evening through 4 o'clock Saturday morning. There will be a risk, I know what you're thinking, with us going from 70s to cold weather. You know, sometimes that can mean some very active severe weather for us, but not all the time. It looks like the parameters and where we're seeing all those severe weather ingredients setting up, that's going to be in areas to the east and southeast the way it shows right now. But if you do have travel plans south, southeast, make sure you have our weather app with you so you can get those alerts. That app follows you wherever you are so you can get those alerts. But here's what's on the way. This is the feels like temperature map. We factor in all those different parameters like the wind speed. This is 3 o'clock Friday. We've got 70s out there, but watch what happens. Again, that was Friday afternoon. Look at 8 o'clock Friday evening. The wind chills, we're going from near 70 in parts of the area to 26 in Hamilton. This is an incredible contrast here. Very strong cold front that's moving in, and that chill will be there Saturday by actually midnight. We're showing teens in parts of Coleman County. So a big time drop in temperatures for this weekend. And here's what it looks like. We'll get a lot of rain as that front moves in on Friday. We're talking Arctic air. The cold air continues to filter in as the rain starts to pick up. So a lot of this rain is what we call post-frontal. It's going to come in behind the leading edge of the cold air. So temperatures in here will be falling, and there's going to be a transition zone. You can see the models are really struggling with that. Could be a transition over to some wet snow or snow there late Friday night and Saturday. And it doesn't take long, even though we're coming off of a warm day. You have 1 to 2 hours where the snow's coming down. You could quickly get an accumulation on car tops and in grassy areas. So late Friday night and Saturday is a time we're watching. Certainly could see some winter precipitation. Now that moves out early Saturday, and the big story for the rest of the weekend is the cold air, and protect those plants. A lot of sensitive vegetation already in bloom out there, and we need to take measures. That's a crop killing kind of freeze on the way. Then you got National Weather Service yesterday even noted that they've already started up their freeze warning and frost advisory products again, which we typically see during the growing season, which is already, it's underway across our area. And could be some more rain around next Tuesday. Let's bring in Jill as we go beyond the 7-day. And Jill, I got to give you a shout out. Your Beyond the 7-Day Outlook saw this system coming this weekend.
Yeah, pretty crazy how sometimes those models can be accurate even that far in advance. And so, you know, we look for trends, and when something shows up for day after day after day, your confidence grows that that would be the trend, that you would see, you know, that pan out. I mean, there are going to be some fine details to change, but generally, so far, so good with that. Now, as we take a look beyond the 7-day, look at that. It's looking like we could start to see those above normal temperatures back again. Did get a question on Facebook, do I think this is the last cold snap we will see? The answer is maybe. There's no guarantee. We've seen cold weather and even some snow in April, so we can't say completely that this will be our last cold snap going into the weekend, but certainly going beyond the 7-day, it does look like we'll be trending in the upward direction. Those temperatures for highs forecast to get into the 70s again, and again the normal high this time of year about 65, so certainly we're above that normal line as we look beyond the 7-day. And then in terms of overnight lows, once we get through, you know, day 7, 8 or so, it looks like those temperatures generally will be trending above normal. What about precipitation? Well, right now the forecast has us kind of in the average for this time of year as we look beyond the 7 days. So that's the way it's shaping up right now. We'll keep you posted right here.
All right, Jill, a lot of rain out there. I really like the warmer temperatures you were showing.
I'm all about it. We got that taste, and it was like, okay, trick me spring. You can just be real spring, all right?
Yeah, that's the best way to put it, the trick me spring and the allergies. It's just incredible how quickly the pollen has really started to pick up around here. But a lot of rain. The bumblebees, the carpenter bees, they were not buzzing today with that cold air and that rain coming back. But we'll talk more about the wet weather. We'll get you set for that out-the-door forecast tomorrow morning with Mickey Ferguson. More to come right here. Stay with us. You're watching First Alert Weather Extra.
Getting live breaking news and local updates has never been easier. That's because we're on your side with the WBRC streaming app. Need updates between newscasts? You can catch up quick here. And when we're live on TV, we're live here too, giving you more ways to get caught up with everything happening where you live. Plus, exclusive videos from your First Alert weather team. It's easy to use and it's free. Just search WBRC on your Roku, Amazon Fire, or Apple TV. WBRC Fox 6 News is on your side.
You've got enough to worry about every day. That's why the First Alert weather team is on your side, so you can plan with confidence and take the worry out of weather. With exclusive First Alert AccuTrack, we pinpoint storms before they arrive. And with Weather Every 6, you are always informed. Alabama's weather changes fast, but we're working even faster, updating and alerting you first. We know your plans are important. This is why we First Alert.
Every morning on Good Day Alabama, we're on your side, trying to get you where you're going safely. First Alert Traffic updates you on slowdowns and gives you alternate routes. Having more reporters covering the roads you drive on gives you even more info to help you know more about why it happened and when it will be cleared. On air, online, and on the app. That's the advantage of having the most reporters on your side. That's the advantage of Good Day Alabama.
I get calls and emails all the time from people wanting to know how cities, counties, and the state are spending their tax dollars. I'm Jennifer Horton, and I investigate how your tax dollars are being used because I don't want your money or mine wasted or fraudulently spent by politicians in power. That's why WBRC Fox 6 News investigates. We're on your side, following the paper trail, asking the tough questions, and giving you the facts. Contact us when you need a team on your side.
All right, more rain around tomorrow morning and a lot of events coming up. Let's check in with Mickey with the outdoor forecast.
All right, let's take a look at what we should wear tomorrow. We could see some showers early in the morning, so the umbrella just to be on the safe side. But a jacket followed by, a short sleeve shirt. You might be able to shed a layer or two, but we're only warming up to about 60 degrees tomorrow. Still going to be overcast out there when you pick up the kids from school, though. Should be drying out just a little bit. Hey, we've got some baseball games to talk about. Alabama baseball, they're at home versus North Alabama. That's at 3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, and we're expecting overcast skies, but probably a dry forecast if you're going to that game, cooling off to about 54 degrees by 6 p.m. And UAB, their baseball team is at home taking on Alabama State at 4 p.m. You've got mostly cloudy skies and 58 degrees, and then at 7 p.m. about 52. So not too shabby. Enjoy the game and go Blazers.
All right, watching this weekend, another system that will bring that rain and colder air Friday into Saturday. We'll have some new data for you coming up tonight, plus radar updates at 9, 9:30, and 10. Join us on WBRC Fox 6 News.